What's going on, guys? Today we're talking about insecurity. It's funny to me. Like, you come up to me and you're like, "Oh, I'm insecure." I'm laughing, bro. Like, what? Because, bro, like, and not even to be rude, but it's just a stupid concept. It's so unnecessary. And yeah, it's a part of like the human psyche to be insecure for whatever reason. But just because things are a part of our brains doesn't mean that we have to participate in them. Okay. What is really the benefit of insecurity? Okay. Well, it separates into two categories. If you're insecure about something that you can change, that's a great thing because it helps you realize something negative about yourself that you can make the decision to change and become a better person. Great. Awesome. Then there's insecurity about something that you can't change. And that serves zero purpose, except for wasting energy, wasting time, and making you feel shitty. Now, that is a awful return on investment. Now, if we know anything about stocks, you're not going to invest in that stock. So, why are you investing in that stock? Okay? This is all you need to know about insecurity. And it seems to be a big problem for many people, but it is such a simple issue. Okay? If you can change it, work on changing it. While you're changing it, let go of the negative feelings you have about it because it's in the process of changing. So allow yourself that time to change and allow yourself that patience. Okay. Now the other type, insecurity about something that you can't change. There's certain aspects that we can't change about ourselves. If that's the case, there is no purpose of being insecure about it. So you just have to focus on letting it go. Now, how do you stop thinking about something? Or how do you stop giving energy to it? You can't stop thinking about something by saying, okay, I'm going to stop thinking about this. Or by saying, this thing about me is okay. No, that's not how we do it. First of all, you do have to do kind of that where you're saying, okay, like, this is what it is about me, and it's not something I can change, so I'm going to just embrace this shit. Fuck it. And really embrace that because, some of y'all aren't religious or spiritual in any way, but I believe like we were kind of designed in a way. If we weren't designed by God, then I guess you could say it was our parents or whatever. The gene pool designed us. Universe designed you. Whatever. God's design is perfect. So the way that you are and the aspects that you can't change about yourself, you were not meant to change about yourself. Okay? And that's the design of God or whatever you want to call it. Okay? Or you don't have to, you can completely ignore that advice if you're an atheist or whatever. All right? But my point in saying that is, even if you don't believe that, if there's something about you that you wish you could change, but you can't, or you're insecure about it, but you can't change it, embrace that shit and act like it is a perfect design. Act like it is by design, intentional, and you wouldn't change it even if you wanted to, even if you do. Okay? And then you'll start believing it. But here's the thing. You're probably a little bit obsessive about that thing. So that's not good. You don't want to be obsessive about it. And how to stop that is not to say, okay, this is okay, and keep repeating that. Because at that point, you're still giving energy to it. And you're not probably going to convince yourself that way. So what's better is to really just focus on something else, bro. That's why it's funny when people are insecure, because it's like, the fact that you even have the privilege of like worrying about how you look or something about you that you can't change is such a privilege. Like, there's kids that can't even like get food for the day. Like, they don't know if they're going to be able to eat today, or they don't know if it rains, like Okay, guess I'm going to have to sleep wet, You never have to worry about that. So your brain creates these problems. Okay, sorry, my camera cut off. These problems are not real problems. Like, they feel very real to you. But listen, bro, just ignore that shit. Don't even think about it. Think about something else. Don't think about, okay, I'm not going to think about this anymore. Don't even do that. Just completely focus on something else. Get your money. How are you going to be insecure and your money isn't even right? Money is something that is in your control. Okay? It's not equally in everyone's control, for sure. But in some level, the amount of money you make is in your control. So do what you can and focus on stuff like that you can control. How much greatness are you bringing into the world? That you can control. How nice of a person are you? That you can control. How great of an artist are you, or how talented are you at what you do? You can control that. Focus on what you can control. If you actually just break down all my videos, that's all I'm trying to say. Always. But it manifests itself differently in different ways. So that's really it. Like sometimes I'm so, because I get insecure sometimes. It happens to everybody. I'm not perfect. It happens to everybody. If anyone ever tells you they never get insecure, they're lying, straight up. They're a robot. So, but when that does happen, and then like a day later, I'm super focused on like getting money or getting some kind of accomplishment, I think about that time and I was like, yo, I'm so dumb. Like, I was over here worried about this bullshit. Like, there's money to be made. Like, there's so much to do. There's so much that needs to be done. Like, I need to go do that stuff. The last thing in the world I'm worried about is some kind of physical attribute or anything like that. Like, it's just, or that anyone should be worried about is that. That means so little. Our bodies are shells. That's all they are. Shells for our minds. Like, our bodies are literally just armor to protect this thing and make sure, that this thing can keep operating, because that's where the real evolution and change comes from. Okay? So you're bugging over little shit. All right? It could seem like it matters so much. Okay? It doesn't. Straight up. If you can't control it, all that you get from trying to or thinking about it is misery. Okay? So it might be hard, and it might take some time. So this is one time that I would really impose that advice. Be patient with yourself. Okay? You're not going to watch this and it's just immediately going to cure everything. You're going to have to give yourself some time to really get over it. I know how that goes. But there's just so much that needs to be done that actually requires energy and time and serious commitment, that you're wasting your energy thinking about something so irrelevant, so lame, straight up lame, laughable. All right? You have constant food on the table, constant shelter over your head, enough money to sustain yourself and survive probably. You have some kind of a fucking electronic device that you're watching this on. Cool, And you're over here worried about some, I don't even know. Like, what are people like insecure about? Like, oh, my ribs are showing. I don't know. I don't even know. But anyways, like, I don't know. People just, your whole perception is whack. Reprogram this. Okay? I want you to be able to look at yourself and laugh at yourself for ever feeling insecure. And even be able to step out of yourself for a second and be like, wow, you're insecure about that. Meanwhile, this and this and this is the case. And then just kind of like roll your eyes, like laugh at yourself. It's not serious. All right? So stop bugging out. Just do what I said. If you can control it, great. Control it, change it. If you can't, drop that shit. Focus on getting this bread. Focus on getting whatever it is you want to get out of the world, or whatever you want to give to the world. Focus on that. You got 90 years here, 100, 80, 70, something like that. are you really going to be wasting hours and hours of that tiny amount of time worrying about bullshit that you can't change about yourself, or even bullshit that you can't change about the world? You know, it applies to bigger things too. But anyways, the whole thing is laughable, bro. It's such a human condition. Like, you think that like squirrels are like insecure about themselves, or like dolphins? Come on, bro. Let's do what we were put here to do. All right, and just start ignoring all the bullshit that like the media wants us to believe about ourselves, or that we're any less than any other human. We're all humans, bro. We're all exactly just as capable, 100%, all of us. Okay? You got a functioning brain, even if it's only 1% functioning. You're valid. It's great. You're doing great. All right? That's all I want to say to you guys. Hope it helps. Continue the conversation in the comments. What are some things that you've done to be able to move past insecurity or self-consciousness? Yeah, that's all. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.